Book 99 of 2019 was Jane Austen's Guide to Modern Life's Dilemmas by Rebecca Smith. So I was bought this book by a family member. I don't think that I would necessarily have picked it to read if I'd have seen it in a bookstore on a shelf somewhere. But I do like Pride and Prejudice that Jane Austen's written. I think that she wrote Mansfield Park as well, and that was okay. Not as funny as Pride and Prejudice. I haven't read anything else of hers, I don't think, or it's not springing to mind if I have. And so when I saw the book, I was kind of like, maybe I'll like it. You know, it said answers to your most burning questions about life, love, happiness, and what to wear. I think actually that kind of gives the impression of what it's going to be like, so the rest of my review might not be so much of a surprise, but essentially it's tongue-in-cheek suggestions of how Jane Austen might respond to things that we deal with in modern day life. And I did appreciate that Rebecca Smith has obviously analysed a lot of Jane Austen's work and has cited lots of examples from the text and then used those to justify her decisions of how Jane Austen would deal with it. And similarly, she's included a lot of cited examples from Jane Austen's letters with her sister. I think she was called Cassandra. But essentially, it's very, like, disgustingly saccharine. It's like, you know, when you are a teenager and there's like really kind of gossipy teen mags and it's kind of like, you know, how to get a boy to notice you and things like that. It was written in that kind of ridiculous, farcical kind of style. Pretty much a pointless book to read. It wasn't entertaining, I didn't find it amusing, and there was no actual life advice in there because, like I've just mentioned, it's more like a teen mag where the advice is absolutely awful and you wonder who has even wrote it. I'm just trying to find an example. One moral dilemma is, should I date an older guy? Well, how is that a moral dilemma? How is that? Do I have to become a bridezilla? What else is there? Should I use my office power for good or evil? I'm literally just randomly picking these. Can a large family fit into a small house? It's like, who has these dilemmas? Who has these dilemmas? I understand that perhaps Rebecca Smith was using what was in Jane Austen to relate to modern life, perhaps, but honestly, these are not moral dilemmas. These are not modern dilemmas. So it was just a pointless read. I wouldn't recommend reading it. Like I said, it wasn't entertaining. Unless you are a massive Jane Austen fan and you absolutely love everything that she's ever written, then, you know, you might enjoy it. You can have my copy if you like. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend reading it. It was a waste of time, and it's not small either. It's like 200 and odd pages. It's like, what a waste of time. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend reading that.